Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show. Real talk, big opinions, and fearless conversations. From the front lines of politics to the latest in pop culture. From breaking sports headlines to the stories that move the world. Nothing's off limits, and nobody's holding back. Arrington Gavin is here to break it down, build it up, and keep it all the way real. So turn it up, lean in, and let's get into it. This is the Arrington Gavin Show.
What's going on, family? Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show, your go-to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day, whether it's politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz. Look, we're diving deep and keeping it real, so please do me a favor, kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join tonight's conversation. On tonight's conversation, you know, on the last show, I did not have enough time to discuss the so sad to some people, I guess sad to MAGA, because MAGA is crumbling in front of our eyes. When I tell you it is crumbling, it is just, it is truly sad. I mean, those that were so proud to be an American, you know what's sad? That was actually a great song. That was a really good song, but they overdid it, and now it's like, oh my gosh, they overplayed it. It's the anthem for MAGA, and it's like, wow, way to ruin a really great song. But obviously, Lee Greenwald, he's fine because he's most likely getting a check. So hey, and no one else is really, he's not selling out arenas. So hey, that's good money for him. But you have folks like Tucker Carlson, you have folks like Megyn Kelly, you have folks like Candace Owens, you have folks like Alex Jones, you have folks like Nick Fuentes. All of those individuals, Joe Rogan, which I won't put Joe Rogan in the MAGA category. He did endorse, so I guess hey, he got what he got it. He had it coming. But there's so many figures in the MAGA world that was, on the campaign trail. I endorse. I stand by this. I do this. I do that. And And now, it's different. Now it's Trump calling them out because they do not agree with this war currently happening in Iran and so many other things. And you want to say, like, y'all, why are you shocked? Why are you so surprised? Like, why? How many times first of all, we didn't have to say anything. Examples show this man has been like that since day flipping one. Okay, since day one. So we're gonna talk about it. We talked briefly on it on the last show, but we ran out of time because I waited to the end to open it up, and that, shame on me. Still learning. It's funny because over, after 500 plus episodes, you would think I should know how the format should go and all this other stuff because hell, I'm the one running it, right? But yeah, I need to do better. Also, Kamala Harris was recently at a National Action Network founded by Reverend Al Sharpton, and she sat down with the Reverend Al Sharpton, and Reverend Al Sharpton asked her the question, hey, are you thinking about running in 2028? And she says, well, I'll let you know. I'll pause that and I'll play that for you later on in the show. Also, believe the House Democrats, not House Democrats, but let me see here, because I don't know if it was passed just yet. Okay, House passes defense bill automatically registering men 18 through 25 for the draft. It says here that House representatives passed a rule that automatically signs up men ages 18 through 26 is what I'm seeing right here, but I believe it was 25. This was I apologize. Let me reframe that. It has not been passed. It hasn't been brought up through Congress yet, but it is being brought up from, I think I'm reading an article from The Hill talking about automatic registration for U.S. military draft. No, they're saying to begin in December. Okay. we'll talk more and I'll explain more about this because a lot of folks are extremely frustrated because once again, they were told one thing during campaign season, and obviously it's the opposite happening as we speak, like right now. And folks are like, this is not what we voted for. This is not what we voted on. This is not what we voted on. Y'all, I got to keep on explaining to you. Candidates will do anything they can to make sure that you get their vote or they have your vote. Okay, so if you tell them, hey, I need you to fill these potholes, you got it. I need you to make sure my grass is cut. You got it. I need you to do this and that. You got it. They're going to do, because they're selling a product to you. They're selling themselves to you so that you can vote for them come election season. And look, that's strategy. That's strategy. Their goal is to win. So they're going to do all they can to receive those votes. Okay. But it's publicly shown that this administration continues to not abide by their promises. So in addition to that, I guess that's also why MAGA continues to crumble. All right. So we got a lot to discuss here on today's show, y'all. Thank you, as always, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to tune into yet another great episode here on the Arrington Gavin Show. As you know, we drop new episodes weeknights, Monday through Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on YouTube on the Arrington Gavin Show YouTube channel. You can also listen to us on the go wherever you get your podcasts, whether that's iHeart, Spotify, Apple, just to name a few. Also, you can listen to us on the radio airwaves if you happen to be in cities like, I don't know, Las Vegas, baby, Sin City. You can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show Fridays at 8 p.m. Pacific time on KSHP 1400 AM and 107.1 FM. And then if you happen to be in the metro Atlanta area, you, my friends, can listen to us on WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk weeknights at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then lastly, if you happen to be in the New Orleans area, I just love New Orleans. I truly do. Great food, it's always a good time in New Orleans. But you can tune in, turn your radio dial to WBOK 1230 AM to the Arrington Gavin Show. You can listen to the program weeknights at 7 p.m. Central Time. All righty, folks. All righty. What else do we got for you today? We're gonna discuss a lot, man. We're gonna discuss a lot. Hope you all are having a wonderful evening. By the way, I'm feeling good. My allergies are starting to clear out because I live in that community where best believe you gonna have some allergies. Pollen season's crazy, right? And it's a little bit of everything. So out here in these streets, allergies will kick your butt. You can think you can fight it off, but it's gonna get caught on you. Look, I'm in my 30s, and I told my wife the other day, I'm like, damn, why do I have to wait until I'm in my 30s to start getting allergies? It's annoying. It is annoying. But y'all, we got so much on tap for you all this go round, and I'm thrilled. I'm just thrilled and pumped to that you took the time out your busy schedule to tune into yet another great show. I'm not at a loss of words, but it's almost like, how much do you have to prove? And I mean in regards to people that are pro-Trump supporters, thinking he's doing a wonderful job, thinking that MAGA is exactly what, like, you have your folks that will just forever say he's the greatest. I'm standing by him 110%. But here's my thing, y'all. I respect folks more that will admit, you know what, made the wrong decision on leaning towards this person. This person was wrong. This person was wrong in doing this. Because at the end of the day, look, these folks are employees for us. We hired them to do a job. And if they don't get the job done right, well, we gotta say something about it, right? We gon' prove that, okay, because you didn't do the job, we're not gonna bring you back on this position. So we're gonna vote you out. Simple as that, y'all. Simple as that. I was actually thinking earlier today, I might be doing a special edition. I don't know when. I'm just brainstorming here on voting and the importance of voting, because there are so many. We have just a plethora of folks, like a large amount of folks that truly just says, why get out there and vote? Why waste my time? Why waste my air? Why waste my gas on voting? And it's disgusting because, like, I know for sure young people wrestle with it back and forth because I've spoken with them personally on it. But also when I see that it's older folks, I'm like, wow. Excuse me. Wow. How can you say that? How can you ignore or say, the system is rigged anyway, this and the other? And look, I'm not defending a lot of stuff here. All I'm saying is the fact that we cannot continue on thinking it's okay to just ignore voting and say, well, you know what, I'm not going to get my way anyway. So look, stuff takes time. Stuff takes time. But you know what? If you're the exact same person that complains of issues happening in your communities and you don't get out there and vote, then you need to shut it up. All right? You need to just be quiet. You have got to be quiet. Look, here in my city, here in my home city of Chesapeake, check this out. We are the second largest city population-wise in the state of Virginia. Virginia is a big state, all right? We have, I'm going to say, over 250,000, almost close to 260,000 people just in our city alone. The number of voters, average voters, or at least the number in the last election cycle was around 100 and, I don't know, maybe 60,000 and some change. 160,000. So that means there was thousands and thousands and thousands of folks who decided, not gonna do it. Not happening. Why bother? Why even bother? I mean, it truly is a travesty. And you always have to, whenever you see an issue, you always have to find the root. You always have to backtrack and be like, okay, what is the root of this issue? Well, there is such thing as voter suppression, where people in positions will do all they can to prevent individuals from voting, whether that's the elderly, whether that's minority communities, predominantly Black communities. All right, I remember out here a while back we had 2 voting precincts that was taken away, that was closed because of low voting turnout. Now I get it; it costs money to bring out these machines and to have all to bring out these machines for early voting. But at the end of the day, y'all, a vote is still a vote. A vote is still a vote. So now you took that away. You took that privilege from those folks. And now they're fumbling saying, oh, how am I going to cast my vote? What's going to happen? Because a lot of folks, they're not the biggest fans of mail-in vote, mail-in ballot. They're not fans of that because they want to physically say, hey, look, I cast my vote. I was here. Boom. When I hit the machine, I want my sticker. I want my I voted sticker. But there's so many, the way the system works, there's so many things that are very corrupt. All right. And that happens all around, right? That's on a local level, state, federal level, that's all around. And could that also be a cause? Could it be, for years people were told one thing and then stuff never happens? Could that add an issue to the low voting turnout? Could it be the fact that they see political theater amongst Democrats and Republicans on like, okay, they're just going back and forth. People are making this a personality contest. People want to be the top dog in the room and this and that and the other. And to them, that's a turnoff. Then they're like, wow, they're busy having their, kid fighting back and forth, but they are responsible of how I live in this community. They are responsible of my well-being. There's folks now, man, working paycheck to paycheck. Some of them are still, are waiting for checks. Some of them are struggling to see how can I afford my health care? How can I afford education for my children? How can I afford, like, we live in a world, we live in a country like that where we're supposed to be this country, the world, land of opportunity. So it's extremely unfortunate that, there's just folks that feel mistreated, feel overlooked, feel that nothing will ever change, and they just say, I'm not gonna cast my vote. And I'm telling you all, for those that are listening in right now, please understand this. Your vote is your voice. I'll say it again. Your vote is your voice. If you truly want to be heard, if you want your complaint, if you see an issue, I'm telling you, don't ever stop going to the polls and vote early. All right. I know some folks just I know I have friends that love going the day of. It's just like a high for them. They just love going the day of. I'm telling y'all, vote early. Stay in the know. Stay aware of what's going on in your local communities. Look, from time to time when I have free time, and really not when I have free time, but I try to make it an important task for me to make sure that I watch our local city council meetings as well as school board meetings. I don't even have any children, but I still want to be aware of what's happening. I make sure that I follow our sheriff's office. I make sure that I follow what goes on in the city treasurer or the planning commission or the Commonwealth Attorney's Office, XYZ. Like I would hate to be like, wow, I did not know that. Well, I don't want to be shocked in things. I want to be aware of what's happening in my backyard. That's why I love to watch. I'm watching news all day, every day. Last night I was watching my boy Roland Martin. I was watching him staying afloat what's going on. Because he's on this he's on a tour right now through Virginia, because as you know, we have this big referendum battle going on here. So yeah. How did I even get to that, y'all? How did I get? Oh yeah. Thinking about doing a special on the importance of voting. Let me know what y'all think about that too. Let me know what y'all think about that, because I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to get that taken care of. But as of right now, I think it's time for a break here. I think we're gonna take a commercial break. When we come back, we're gonna get going with some of our conversation topics today. But we are gonna pay some bills right now. Do not go anywhere. Stay on the line if you don't mind. We have more here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Peace and blessings. We'll be back after this commercial break.
Every man has a story to tell. Your ambitions, your achievements, your legacy. Your suit should reflect that story, crafted precisely, designed for impact, and tailored exclusively for you. We work with only the finest fabrics, luxurious wools, silk, linen, and blends from world-renowned mills in Italy, the UK, and India. These fabrics are the foundation of custom suits that exude elegance and stand the test of time. But a suit isn't just about fabric. It's about fit, and it's about confidence, and it all starts with you. When you work with me, you'll receive a personalized consultation, whether in person or over Zoom. Together, we'll explore your vision and discuss your needs, and we're gonna bring your ideas to life. My journey as a designer includes apprenticing under New York-based designer Clavon Leonard, showcasing collections at New York Fashion Week, Algeria Fashion Week, and the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. That experience is what we bring to every suit we create, from weddings to corporate events and everything in between. We specialize in crafting one-of-a-kind suits for life's most significant moments. Dapper Luke has been recognized as one of Baltimore's best menswear in 2023, and I was honored to be one of the 10 designers selected for the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. With over 900 satisfied clients, we proudly serve Virginia Beach and Baltimore, bringing world-class designs to these incredible communities. We don't just make suits, we craft confidence. Your suit will fit your body, your style, and it will tell your story. Book your free online personal consultation today. Visit www.dapperluke.com.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to
And we still in traffic.
I don't look familiar, do I? Not in this seat.
Hey, what's that you listening to?
Here to host today.
Hey, turn it up.
With me?
Yeah, this that new GoatVerse app. I got you.
So y'all want to know where the goats are? They're off on the sidelines.
Looking for fresh, relevant content wherever you go?
What was the name of that he said?
Introducing GoatVerse TV,
GoatVerse, that's what it's called.
the free streaming app that brings you the best podcasts, current events, and thought-provoking opinions all in one place. Download it now from the Apple Store or Play Store. In Goats, we trust.
Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Order our scented beard oils and beard balms to help you maintain and grow the perfect beard. Order today. Try our men's care products like the full body exfoliating cleansing bars, body wash, smooth stash, and more. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. We're your luxury but affordable men's care line. And remember,
Rugged is the new smooth.
All right, family, welcome back to the show. Look, before we get going with some politics, I want to share some great news that I thought was pretty cool. This is some sports in the world of sports. WNBA star Jackie Young. Let me put up for those who are watching us right now. Let me put this image here. There you go. So that's Jackie Young. And by the way, those listening right now in Las Vegas, she is one of your own. She's a member of the Las Vegas Aces, and she becomes the first WNBA player to sign $1 million contract in return to the Aces. Says here, 4-time All-Star guard Jackie Young is finalizing a one-year agreement to return to the Las Vegas Aces worth $1.19 million. Good for her. Sources told ESPN recently, making her the first player in WNBA history to sign a $1 million contract. Well, it's about damn time, y'all. It's about time. One thing I will say, I'm a fan of sports, but I'm also even a bigger fan of the WNBA. Why? Because for years, the WNBA is, to me, been the underdog. To the public, they might not be as popular in comparison to the NBA. That's a whole nother conversation. But on we have a lot of athletes in our family. My mother-in-law played college basketball. Actually, she even thought about trying out for the WNBA when it started, I believe, in the 90s. So many in the family are athletes. And again, my mother-in-law, her IQ is like insane when it comes to basketball alone. I want to just go say sports, but just mainly basketball. And so when I heard about this, I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. Because for so long, it's been a story on, women's sports in general on fair wages, right? I remember thinking of the soccer, the U.S. women's soccer team, and being that they are winning team, right? Like winning team in comparison to the men's the men's U.S. soccer team that they would usually come in what, third or fourth? Like they weren't on the status of successful as the women's team, but yet their accommodations were so much better. First class, private jets, right? Women commercial. Okay. So you're constantly seeing a growth in women's sports. So I don't think this is just a plus for the WNBA, but I think this is a plus for women's sports alone. Young here did not take meetings with any other teams, despite being one of the most sought after free agents this past offseason. Her return keeps the Aces core intact alongside four-time MVP Asia Wilson, who has already stated her intent to remain in Las Vegas, and six-time All-Star Chelsea Gray. The agreement preserves the franchise that has won not one, not two, but three championships in 4 years, including the 2025 title. Now, Young, who's 27 years old, has spent her entire professional career with the Las Vegas Aces after being selected first overall in the 2019 draft out of Notre Dame. She earned Most Improved Player honors in 2022 and has been named to 4 All-Star teams and 2 all WNBA squads. In 2025, she averaged 16.5 points, 5 assists, 4.5 rebounds, and 1.3 steals per game. 6-foot guard is also a 2-time Olympic gold medalist, winning the U.S. 3-on-3 team in Tokyo and the 5-on-5 team in Paris. She won a national championship at Notre Dame in 2018. This girl just stays winning. That's what it sounds like. This girl's just a winner. She's just a true winner. But going back to, again, why I'm just so thrilled and excited, because at the end of the day, and I've said it like this, and I've had the back and forth with some of my friends that, that might not be in support of what the outcry of not support, but how can I put it? The countless campaigns and professional athletes, saying, hey, look, we need better wages. We need fair wages. And look, as a business owner, you do have to look at the part of, okay, what is the average ticket sales that they are averaging compared to the NBA? But I mean, I can speak for Las Vegas. They sell out. I've watched their games. They sell out. But you're seeing a large number of spectators now attending WNBA games, which that should have been in the first place. If you respect the sport, do so. I mean, I hear the arguments, well, if women want to get paid more, well, women have to support women's sports. I'm like, you know what? I'm not a fan of that. And I've shared this with a friend of mine who's an athlete himself. And don't get me wrong, it brings up a great argument, because if you think about it, by a show of hands, what is the stat on the number of women that attend a WNBA game? Like, is the number higher or larger than those that attend an NBA game? Because you look at it like this: men who are fans or that primarily tune in or go to NBA games, they're going to go with their husbands. I mean, they're going to bring their wives to the game. Now, do those men normally bring their wives to a WNBA game? Probably not, because men don't normally, they probably not going to go to a WNBA game. But I'm telling you right now, WNBA game has always been, in my opinion, equally as successful and as entertaining as men's basketball. See, if you respect the sport, you respect the sport. That's all I'm gonna leave it at that. If you respect the sport, that you're gonna attend every single, you're gonna attend men and women. Okay. Why? The men is more entertaining because they're gonna dunk. Oh, they get to dunk. Oh, I mean, I'll hear all the jokes. Oh, the WNBA, they are the layup league. All I see is layups. I'm like, competitive sports is competitive sports. But when it comes to business, why isn't it so successful, right? Why is Like at one point, the WNBA league was worth, I'm gonna just say, $200 million. All right, I could be right. I mean, obviously it's much higher now, but at one point it was worth $200 million. $200 million is not even close to what Stephen Curry is making. Okay, like he makes more than the worth of an actual league. So I say all that to say I'm extremely excited, and congrats to Miss Jackie Young of the Las Vegas Aces on her new contract, 1 year, $1 million and some change. Girl, you go ahead. You go ahead. That's what I want to hear. And I'm going to hear. Look, we're going to see some more big money contracts now. So it's about time we start getting the millions. Because when you have professional in front of that name, no, you deserve to be in the millions. You deserve to be in the millions. Another great story in sports, and actually in the WNBA. And then I'll go back to talking about some news here. But let me see. The WNBA is continuing to grow with more expansion teams in the league. It says here, WNBA officially expands to Cleveland, Detroit, and Philadelphia through 2030. It says here that the league and the NBA Board of Governors have now formally approved 3 new expansion franchises in those selected cities I just named earlier, locking in a major next chapter for women's basketball. The move was officially confirmed by the WNBA recently, marking one of the biggest expansion waves in league history. Now, I know they just brought in a team out in Golden State. I think they're maybe just a season old. I don't know if they've been up for 2, but that was the last expansion team that I heard of. But it says here, under the approved rollout, Cleveland will tip off in 2028. Detroit will tip off in 2029, and Philadelphia in 2030, bringing the league's footprint deeper into legacy basketball markets with proven pro sports fan base. Is that the answer? Remember, I said you always got to find the root of why the WNBA was not gearing in much success revenue-wise. Is it because of the selected cities? But see, for me, I would think cities that don't have a lot of sports there, okay, I would assume that they're gonna invest so much because they don't have anything in this city, okay. And maybe I'm a little biased because look, I'm coming from Hampton Roads. Here in Hampton Roads, we have breeded legendary sports figures like Michael Vick, Bruce Smith, boxing legend Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker, Plaxico Burress, all right, Antoine Bethea, oh Lord, Roger Brown, the list goes on and on and on and on. I'm losing track of names, honestly. Because there's so many pro athletes that come. Percy Hall, there's so many athletes that come out of this area. And it's like, why can't we have a pro team? We have semi-professional teams. We have a baseball, hockey team. I mean, we need a pro team, y'all. A pro team. Why can't that happen? Right? So going back to this article here, the additions continue the NBA's aggressive momentum following the arrivals of Golden State. I don't even know how do you even pronounce that? Golden State Valkyries. Okay, maybe I pronounced that word wrong. Sorry. And then Toronto Tempo, which the majority owner, I believe, of that Toronto franchise is the former GM or president of the Raptors, and then the Portland Fire, signaling that demand for women's basketball franchise is still surging. Detroit's return is especially notable, given the city's championship WNBA history, with Philadelphia will finally land its first franchise. Cleveland also marks a return to the league, bringing back WNBA basketball to another familiar market. Again, awesome sauce. I love it. I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. All right. Now, let's go back to some fun stuff. I want to talk more about MAGA crumbling. because I had so much fun talking about it the last time, but I didn't have enough time. I'm going to backtrack with where is he? Oh, here we go. So let me backtrack the clip of Tucker Carlson going ham on Donald Trump, and then I have another clip of Megyn Kelly. Tiniest violin. So let me go ahead and play this clip here.
Who do you think you are? You're tweeting out the F word on Easter morning?
What?
You'll be living in hell. Just watch. Praise be to Allah. So obviously you're mocking the religion of Iran. Okay. If you seek a religious war, that's a good idea. But by the way, no decent person mocks other people's religions. You may have a problem with the theology. Presumably you do if it's not your religion, and you can explain what that is. But to mock other people's faith is to mock the idea of faith itself. And we should never mock that, because at its core is the acknowledgement that we are not in charge of the universe. We did not build it. We won't be here at the end of it. We can destroy life. We cannot create it because we are not God. The message of all faith at the biggest picture level is the message in our Bible. Which is you are not God. And only if you think you are do you talk this way. But it's not just mockery of Islam. And no president should mock Islam. That's not your job. This is not a theocracy. We don't go to war with other theocracies to find out which theocracy is more effective. We are not a theocracy. And God willing, we never will be, because theocracies corrupt the religion. No, this is a mockery not just of Islam. It's a mockery of Christianity. To send out a tweet with the F word on Easter morning promising the murder of civilians and then saying praise be to Allah without explaining any of it, you are mocking me and every other Christian because we're Christians. We can't support that. That is evil. That is an intentional desecration of beauty and truth, which is the definition of evil. Who do you think you are?
Who do you think you are? Oh, I mean, do you see Tucker's face? Who do you think you are? I am a Christian. Why are you saying that? I mean, Marjorie Taylor Greene, gone. Candace Owens, gone. Nick Fuentes, gone. Tucker Carlson, gone. Oh, but it gets better. Oh, man, it gets better. All righty, okay, so this is Megyn Kelly, our favorite person. Megyn Kelly is even, like, she goes ham. And I'm talking, she got her one potty mouth. Check it, listen to this, y'all.
I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of it. Can't he just behave like a normal human? I mean, honestly, like the president, 3D chess, shut up. Shut up about that shit. You don't threaten to wipe out an entire civilization. We're talking about civilians just casually in a social media post. You know, like I am the first to try to understand Trump and his strategy and to not freak out over his weird social media posts and language that is loose and incendiary. Truly, I've lived with it for 10 plus years. I learned it the hard way when I was on the receiving end of it for 9 months. And truly, I think that was a gift to me in many ways because it helped me really come to understand what he does with his social media. But this is completely irresponsible and disgusting. I'm sick of this.
Look, again, you almost want to say, Megyn, how about you just, shut the F up? Okay? Like, seriously, because you've been on the defense for him since day one. And really, you're a prime example of folks that I don't understand. He treated you like dirt when he first ran, okay? Ted Cruz, he treated you Trump treated you like dirt. All these individuals, Trump treated y'all like dirt. And then y'all all of a sudden want to kiss up to him. Oh, go on the campaign trail. He's the man. He's this. I mean, Megyn rocking the MAGA hat. I mean, come on. Like, what is it? What is it? Did he do a little dance for y'all? And he said, okay, I gotta support him because look at the dance. Oh, come on. Everybody loves that. Like, what was it? And so now you're saying why is he acting like a child? He's been acting like that, y'all. He's been acting like that. This is not new. So again, it's extremely comical seeing those quote unquote MAGA loyalists now. I don't know if they just fell and hit their head and now all of a sudden they realize, like, what do you think folks were trying to say? What do you think folks were trying to tell you? But see, this whole issue with party politics, they're going to be like, oh, you're just going to say everything he says is bad because you just don't like his politics. Literally, and I've said this time and time on the show, Republicans could have picked anybody. It's not a party issue for me. It's a person issue. He does not represent this country at all, in my honest opinion. If you interact with somebody that's not from this country and they're going to say, what does the United States stand for? Who would you like as your team captain? Someone that's a truly, you think I would say, oh yeah, Donald Trump, yeah, billionaire snob that all of his businesses has went down to the drain, treats women like crap, treats everybody like crap. Basically, if you're wealthy, he might like you just a little bit, but he thinks he's top of the food chain of everything. This guy celebrates people's death. He celebrates everything himself. He does not when they say there's no I in team, he says actually it is an I in team because I am the team. All right, I'm the greatest. Our numbers are wonderful. We're winning. We are winning in everything. You hear me? Winning in everything. But of course, Don didn't like that. He did not like that at all. As I read you this article from The Hill here, I'm gonna put up one of these polls that's showing his current approval rating. Approval rating among Hispanic voters plunges 40 points in 3 months. 40 points, y'all. So December of 2025, it was 48-52, 48 approving, 52 disapproving. Now, and this is interesting, by the way, because this poll is from Fox. This is the Fox News poll. I'm showing you this. As of March of this past year, that 48% went down to 28%. 28% of them approve. 72% disapproves. Did y'all hear what I just said? 72%. 72% disapprove. So Trump, after seeing all this, right? He went on his True Social because that's how he, that's how he copes, right? That's how he, he vents. He goes on social media, and he went after all these several, right-wing media figures, who had been reliably supportive of him during his second term until this U.S. war in Iran broke out. Says here, I'm trying to give you his quote. Okay. He put in, I know why Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, and Alex Jones have all been fighting me for years, especially by the fact that they think it is wonderful for Iran, the number one state sponsor of terror, to have a nuclear weapon. He put out, because they have one thing in common, low IQs. They're stupid people. I'm sorry. Okay. They know it. Their families know it, and everyone else knows it too. Look at their past, look at their record. They don't have what it takes, and they never did. I've already shared words of what Carlson has said Well, is this more cool? It says pundits like Carlson and Kelly, two former Fox News hosts, have all been thrown off television, lost their shows, and aren't even invited on TV because nobody cares about them. Well, FYI, Tucker Carlson has millions and millions of followers and subscribers. He's quite successful. I don't agree at all with majority of his politics. I don't tune into his stuff at all. But Tucker has an audience. That's one thing I do say. He has an audience. Say what Megyn Kelly. You know, I'll tune into Megyn Kelly from time to time. You know, it's good to tune into the platforms that you don't agree with, because at the end of the day, I mean, it's good to have that, you know, that dialogue. But Megyn Kelly has grown a tremendous platform with SiriusXM. I mean, I think she's going to eventually, the channel is going to be renamed to her channel. And she has other programs under her media company. So, Trump, you can keep talking about Megyn rolling, both Megyn and Tucker Carlson. He continued to say, calling them nut jobs, troublemakers, who will say anything necessary for some free and cheap publicity. Sounds more like you, sir. Pushback from those figures is the opposite of MAGA, the president argued before insulting the pundits personally. Now, Carlson, Trump noted, couldn't even finish college, calling him a broken man when he got fired from Fox. Carlson graduated from Trinity College in Connecticut in 1991. Okay, so fact check right there. The president complained about a question Kelly asked him during a 2015 presidential debate and blasted commentator Owens about pushing a conspiracy theory that the French first lady is a man. Jones, a conspiracy theorist popular on the right who has attacked Trump over the war, says some of the dumbest things and lost his entire fortune, as he should have, for his horrendous attack on the families of the Sandy Hook shooting victims. Now, I'm just saying this right here. Trump had all this buildup in him, but he praises them when they what? When they kiss up to him. Because where was all this before? Where was all this stuff before? No, where was all this before? He says these so-called, I mean, this is really long. These so-called pundits are losers, and they always will be. Here's the interesting thing, ladies and gents. Again, these are words coming from the leader of this country, the president of the United States. Somebody you would think, okay, don't you have better things to do besides respond? Like, again, that's the definition of pettiness, in my opinion. Like, there's folks, best believe, there's folks that disagree with what I have to say, and I've seen the comments. I'm not stupid. I've seen comments, people disagree with me all the time, and they, make insults, this and any other. But you know what, y'all? I don't care. I do not care. I was raised like that. I was raised to ignore, because at the end of the day, and this is where my faith comes into play, the enemy wants to break you. I repeat, the enemy wants to break you, and they want to see you break. But see, when you ignore and when you keep moving forward and growing, that ticks them off. Because they're like, oh, come on. He's still growing. He's still successful. He's still this. Yep. I don't care. I have that don't give a F attitude. I really don't, because you're not worth my time. You're not worth my oxygen. You're not worth. Let me tell you something. Peace is priceless. You can never take away my peace and my joy. So I say all that because in leadership, folks look to you for guidance. Folks look to you for ideas. Folks look to you to lead, not to respond and complain on social media like you're a big baby. I mean, come on. If we're telling kids to get off of social media, how can you do that when a man that's 80 plus years old, that's on it heavenly, he spends more time on that probably than he does actually running the country. I mean, it's yeah. That's all I can say. Marjorie Taylor Greene, obviously, not a fan of her, but she has been very outspoken. I mean, to the point she left Congress. She didn't even finish her term. She said, I'm out. I'm getting out of Congress. Candace Owens, another individual. She's been talking heavily in disagreements with Trump. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, my friends. Let's go ahead and digress from this because I think MAGA has they've suffered enough and they're going to continue to suffer. I'm sorry, they're going to continue to suffer, but I want to move it on because I'm looking at my time here, moving along. So, former Vice President Kamala Harris has has shared something that a lot of folks are curious. Well, maybe a lot of folks. I mean, most folks are want to hear her take on this. So she was at a conference, National Action Network, founded by Reverend Al Sharpton. Reverend Al Sharpton sat down with her, and this is a conversation that they had here. Let me play you this.
So, are you gonna run again in 28?
So, okay, I
tried to be subtle, but I just figured I'd go right
well,
at it.
that's as subtle as Reverend Al Sharpton could ever be. We love you for many things, but not being subtle. Listen, I might. I'm thinking about it. But let me say this. Let me say this. I am thinking about it. But let me also say this. Look, I served for 4 years being a heartbeat away from the presidency of the United States. I spent countless hours in my West Wing office, footsteps away from the Oval Office. I spent countless hours in the Oval Office in the Situation Room. I know what the job is, and I know what it requires. I also know, one of the things that I've been doing, Rev, is, is I've been traveling the country the last year. I've been spending a lot of time in the South and many other places. And the one thing I'm really clear about also is the status quo is not working. And it hasn't been working for a lot of people for a long time. And part of the issue is the need to get rid of some of the bureaucracy in government and to understand that the people they don't want process, they want progress.
So
they want progress. And look, I respect that answer. Kamala Harris made it to the highest position in her career, and that was VP, right? Before that, she had run for president before, did not make it further enough, did not even make it to Iowa. That was also due to, didn't have enough funds, for that, and then the support, right? That says a lot. Now, we all know she had the worst end of the stick by, she had the worst exchange during her campaign run. She was given 107 days, to be exact, to try and win a presidential election, an election that normally takes 3.5, maybe even 4 years to campaign on. Okay. That all being said, me personally, I don't think Kamala Harris is the answer for the Democratic Party. Now, that doesn't mean I don't think she should run. She has the right to run if she wants to. People might say, well, let's see how she would do in a long-term campaign rather than a rush campaign. But it was a hard it was a hard campaign for her. It really was. I've spoken with friends in the political space that says, hey, look, it's not that I don't think a woman could be president. I don't think a Democratic woman could be president. I'll even add more to that. I think it's even harder for a black woman or woman of color to be president and to win this election, because we have a lot of ignorance in this world. All right. We have a lot of ignorance in this world. There's too many successful candidates, but we have to be honest here. You have Pete Buttigieg, openly gay man, very successful at what he does. Great, great politician, very smart, knows how to debate both sides, knows how to negotiate both sides. But we know the world will be hard for a woman of color, a black woman to get elected, openly gay man to get elected. That's how the way the world is. And it sucks. It sucks because there's too many qualified people that they're passing on. But again, like I said, we got ignorance. But maybe this is going to be an example, seeing how the way the world is acting now. Now, that being said, going back to Kamala Harris, I don't think she's the right contender. I think her momentum train is done. I think her political career is I think it's done. If she wants to think about running for office, maybe in the state of California, hey, then so be it. I personally think she is. I think her career is done. I might be frustrating a lot of folks saying, Arrington, I think you're missing out the big. No. I'm saying she should run. Do I think she would win? No. But give her a long-term campaign cycle. Maybe. But it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for her. She's coming from a Biden administration that was not really a fan favorite to a lot of folks. She was not a fan favorite to a lot of folks. Now, she won the black vote, the majority black vote. Could have been better in some parts, but it was it was tough for her. I don't think she got the right support within her own party, in all honesty. That happens. Okay, that happens. But I think it's time for new blood. I think the party, I really don't know who is going to be a contender really in the Democratic Party personally. But they need new blood. I personally do not think Kamala Harris, former vice president, is the answer. I don't think she's the answer. As hard as it is, I think her opportunity was the last election cycle. Even though, like I said, she only had 107 days, but that was her opportunity. Y'all, one short, y'all, I had to rush this on out, but as always, thank you so much for sticking with us. Thank you so much for tuning into the show. Stay blessed, stay informed. I will talk to you soon for another great convo. I'm out.
That's it for tonight on the Arrington Gavin Show. Thanks for tapping in and keeping the conversation alive. Don't forget, stay connected with us on all platforms. Follow at Arrington Gavin on Instagram, Blue Sky, and X, and subscribe to the official Substack for exclusive takes and deep dives you won't get anywhere else. We're here every weeknight, same time, same energy, same real talk. Until next time, stay bold, stay sharp, and stay true. That's what we do on the Arrington Gavin Show. Peace.